Hi there. It's time for breakfast, so let's make some rice. And rather than the usual rice, we'll be making basmati rice from Asia. Rice is very easy to make and it's really cheap, so it's great for stretching your food budget. But basmati rice is a little trickier to cook, which is why we don't see it very often here in the United States. Actually, there's nothing scary about making basmati rice, and all we need is a little patience. So, let's make some basmati butter rice using a vintage cast iron skillet. Whatever pan you use to make rice, it needs to have a lid. In this case, we're preheating a vintage cast iron skillet on the stovetop. While the pan is heating up, we wash off the rice. This is the hard part about basmati rice. You absolutely have to wash off the rice before cooking. So, we fill the dish with enough water to cover the rice and just mix it with our hands for about 10 seconds. Then drain it. And we repeat the process until the water is clear enough so we can see the rice in the water. This may take 3 or 4 repeated washings, but it doesn't take too long. Basmati rice in particular has a lot of starch, and not only will this cause the rice to stick if it's cooked without washing, it can also give an unpleasant taste. And this should be the last time. And now that the rice has been washed off, we can start cooking. 5 tablespoons or 1/3 of a cup. Like he said, we add about 1/3 of a cup of butter to the hot pan and stir it until it's completely melted. Once the butter is melted and the pan is hot, we add a little salt and then a bit of minced garlic to give it some flavor. We only have to fry the garlic for about 30 seconds because we don't want it to burn. Then we add the rice and saute the rice in the garlic and butter. There are many different herbs and spices that can be added to the pan here, and no two recipes for butter rice are exactly the same. After a few minutes of stirring, the rice doesn't sound wet and mushy, and the sound of frying is more crisp and dry. This means we're getting ready to add the water. Definitely starting to steam up. I'm a fan of the old school of using twice the amount of water, so we're adding 3 cups of water here. Some recipes say to use chicken broth, and you can certainly do this if you want. Now we cover the pan and wait for the water to boil. Once it's boiling, we cover the pan, turn down the heat, and let it simmer for 20 minutes. After 20 minutes, we simply turn off the heat and let it steam for another 5 minutes. And we're all finished, and our basmati rice is ready to serve. Fluff the rice with a fork and enjoy. The rice isn't sticky or lumpy, and it has a wonderful taste of garlic and butter. Basmati may not be as sweet as jasmine rice, but it has its own savory flavor that people all over the world love. Thank you for watching.